the pit is called body pit. The body pit depth is dependent upon the back flippers. If back flippers is larger size, the pit will be in deeper area. Actually, in average, the depth will be in 1 meter. Depth will be in 1 meter. Immediately, they return to the water. Actually, the female every 2 to 4 years they used to come for breeding. The breeding occasion is 2 to 4 years, and it lays the egg. How many egg it lays? So it varies from 86 to the highest rate of 206 eggs they used to lay in a single pit. Next is immediately after it closes the pit, and immediately the mother turtle return to the ocean. So the incubation time of the sea turtle is 60 days. It takes 60 days incubation period. During the incubation period, the temperature decides the sex. And we already told that it is temperature decide the sex. If warm temperature produce females, cold temperature produce all males. The optimal temperature produce 50% of the male and females. The next is the hatchlings. After hatching, the hatchlings, they used to come up on the beach. It takes few days, 1 or 2 days it will take to reach the hatching area to above the surface. After reaching the surface, immediately they find the way, sensing the wave motion and the earth magnetic field. They can sense the earth magnetic field. Immediately they find out the water area. Towards the water area, immediately they rush by using the magnetic field for navigation information. So after reaching the coastal water, they swim around the coastal water from 15 to 30 years to get maturity. Minimum maturity, yes, it takes 50. It varies turtle to turtle. Anyhow, the maturity age, it takes 15 to 30 years. After reaching the maturity, then they go for mating, for the nesting in the same birthplace. So this is the detailed life cycle of the sea turtle. Okay, now we will see the characteristics of the sea turtle. Important characteristics. Sea turtle fossil evidences. There is no much evolutionary process in the sea turtle. So the same sea turtle are without any major evolutionary process from 300 million years, 300 millions, it is living with us. So it is also called living fossil. If you see the diversity, I already told 7 different species turtles are graze our ocean. Only 7 species are living. All the sea turtles are specialized group, including in the IUCN Red List. The IUCN Red List, they categorize the status of animal, status of each and every animal. So these all 7 sea turtles are threatened and endangered species. It is going to extend. So the turtles are living with great pressure. Great pressure we are going to see one by one. Okay, they are found in Pacific, Atlantic and Indian Ocean, all the warm and temperate areas except Arctic and Antarctic. They can live up to 80 years old. But when compared to terrestrial tortoise, the tortoise is living 255 years. But our sea turtles are living 80 years only. The migration, if you see the migration, what is the reason for the reason for the migration is it is moving around the feeding place to breeding place. but the distance of breeding place and this is very high. I told you already that the leatherback sea turtle, it is migrating 10,000 miles per year from the breeding ground to feeding ground. See that the map shows the feeding ground to feeding ground. And another this thing is salt, the specialized characteristics of sea turtles, the salt gland. The salt gland, so they usually actually for water purpose, drinking purpose, the sea turtles are drinking the sea water. So the excess of salt, it excretes through the a gland. It will be like tear. So from this gland, the excess, it excretes the excess salt material. And I told you earlier, the males never comes to the terrestrial area. Only female animals used to come to the terrestrial area and lay their eggs. The lungs are well developed. The lungs are well developed. Use lungs to breathe the air. Because if you see the diving capacity of sea turtle, most of the sea turtles can dive depth up to 290 meters, 300 meters. But this, if you see the leatherback sea turtle, it can dive up to 1,000 meters. Just imagine, 3,000 feet it can dive. So it can hold their breath. It can hold their breath 45 minutes. The sea turtles can hold their breath in the water column. Water column. So that it can dive continuously 45 minutes. It can go up to 1,000 meters depth underwater. The next one is internal fertilization. Actually, the fertilization is internal, but development is external. This is the characteristics of all reptiles, the reptilian characteristics. And the fertilization will be internal and the development will be external. The turtle has very good sense of smell. The nose is powerful nose. They can smell. The smelling power is very, very high smelling power, but there is no ear. The turtle, there is no ear. No teeth. But teeth, there is no teeth. However, the beaks are well developed beaks to even it can break any cells. It's a hardy beak as in the sea turtle. Three-chambered heart. This is the general characteristics of reptile. Dry skin and scaly. This is also the typical reptilian characters. The feeding character, if you see the feeding character, it takes crab, shellfish, jellyfish. Jellyfish is the major food item. Jellyfish, seagrass, and seaweeds. This is the major feed item for the seagrass. If you come to the turtle population in India, you see this map. All over east and west coast, all over the west and west coast, we can see the turtle breeding area. Both west coast and east coast, we have sporadical and dense breeding ground for sea turtles. This is the detailed study of our Indian sea turtle coast. Here you can see green turtle and olive redly breeding areas in east and west coast regions. However, the Kohirmat beach, which is located in Orissa coast. This is the Orissa coast. See, this is Orissa coast. In this Orissa coast, Kohirmat beach is the very big, largest mass nesting area for olive ridley in India. Just imagine that here 2.98 lakhs nestings are occurring every year. From this nesting, 1.48 crores of baby turtles are entering into the ocean. Just imagine 1.48 crores of baby sea turtles are entering into the coastal area. For your interest, see this video. This video shows. This is taken from the Kohirmat coastal area. Breeding the mother turtles, they reaches in the coastal area and they are waiting for sunset. After sunset, the mother sea turtle, they reach upper tide, almost above the upper tidal region, and select the breeding site, and they are creating the pit. And they are creating the pit. After creating the pit, they lay the egg. They lay the egg. Actually, in average, around 150-200 eggs they lay in a pit. After laying, they close their pit and return to the ocean. See, they are all the sea turtle. Before sunrise, all the mother sea turtle, they enter into the coastal area. These are the young ones. See, the young ones automatically after hatchling, immediately they rush into the water column. They can find out they are moving by using the GPS guidance, that is called the biological clock. They can find out the direction and all. Immediately they rush into the coastal area. So now we will go to the thrust to the pressure on the sea turtles. Now what is the I already told that the sea turtles are living in high pressure. So the first one is artificial light. I told the artificial light, it confuses this thing because the turtles are moving by using the sunlight and the moonlight and the stars. So these artificial light will get confused. The turtle will get, both mother and the baby turtles, they confuse with the artificial light. And see this photograph, the hit by the boat propellers. The propellers are very, very dangerous to the sea turtle. And another thing, it is the turtle shells are used for jewels making, some ornamental bangles and other comb making. For that purpose also, turtles are killed. See this photograph, the predated by human and other animals. Usually coastal people, tribal peoples, they eat sea turtles. See these sea turtle shells, even birds, even other birds. See this is the fox. These are the major predators for the sea turtle. Here you see this is moss turtle poaching. Moss turtle poaching, and in case study from the Australia I took from this photo. See the sea turtles. Sea turtle, it is going for meat. This many exploitation is going on. Okay. Next to this thing is coastal development and beach erosion and other beach driving activities. This also spoils the breeding ground of the sea turtle. This next one is interesting. Sea turtle, you see this photograph, the sea turtle, this is the jellyfish, this is the plastic cover. So in the plastic cover, it is just look like the jellyfish. By confusing the sea turtle, they eat plastic cover and the plastic bottle also. Yeah, this photograph shows the autopsy of a dead green turtle reveals its stomach full of plastics. The sea turtles then entangling the net, devil net, and hooks and line fishing. This is also very dangerous for the sea turtle. See, this sea turtle is eating the plastic cover. Next, the factors that affecting the sea turtle life cycle. If you see the life cycle, egg, hatchling, juveniles, adult, and these things. If you see this egg, human, this table shows the detail about the factors affecting the sea turtle by their stage. Egg, human, dog and other things. Hatchling, artificial light as predators. And juveniles, plastic bugs and fishing lines. The adult fishing lines and hunting, poaching, all these things. Female, this is the pollution beaches, hunting beach, and the noise and light. These are the major enemies for the sea turtle population. Okay. How to save the sea turtle? How to save the sea turtle? There are several actions are taken by the government as well as the NGOs. NGOs. So these are the major conservation for the reserve and the wildlife refuge. Relocate the eggs and the hatchling. Artificial hatcheries developed by the forestry department. Patrol the beach for poachers and prevent coastal development activities. And how can we protect the sea turtle and their habitat? The education, this is very important role, location, the scientific study. Scientific study where sea turtle location, sea turtle migration and breeding period, all these things we have to, the scientific studies are much more scientific studies are required for the sea turtles. And awareness program is very much important for the coastal people, and they are closely related to the turtle population. And the problem faced with enforcing law. If you see judicial between the government actions, the water it comes to the fisheries department, and the land it comes to wildlife and forest department. So this lot of confusion is going on with fisheries and forestry department enforcing the law. When the turtle comes to terrestrial environment, it comes under the coastal and the terrestrial environment, it comes to wildlife. But if it is in the deep water and the ocean and this thing area, it comes to fisheries department. Fisheries department, there is no strict law for the law of the enforcement. So this has to be modified, and something we have to done immediately. Next is problem facing with enforcing law. If you see, these poor countries, they cannot spend much more money and manpower for the conservation of sea turtle. Still, the sea turtle eggs, poaching and selling is going on in the poor countries. You see this photograph, the lady is showing the turtle head. This is the turtle meat. Still, local population are not educated for their nutritional purpose, for the protein requirement. They depends upon the sea turtle meat. So these things, and another thing, we cannot protect all the nesting sites. It is very difficult. It is very first we have to have data, then we have to go for protection. It is very difficult for protecting entire nesting ground all over the world. So the next thing is improving the fishing trawler and protecting with sea frames, decrease the pollution and trash. These type of activities will improve the sea turtle life, and we will conserve the sea turtle for our grandchildren. Actually, the sea turtles are very old creatures. Very old creatures. They have played with dinosaurs, and they have played with our ancestors. Still, we are seeing the sea turtle, but our grandchildren also have to see the live sea turtle in the ocean. So please help and save the ocean, and also see with sea turtles. Thank you. Thank you for listening.
So friends, we had Dr. Ramamurthy presenting a treatise on the life history of the most interesting organism, the sea turtles. There will be lot of questions, clarification. So this is our time. Dr. Ramamurthy is ours now. So please raise if you have any clarification.
Any questions?
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Any questions about that?
Hello, sir. Sir, good morning. Sir,
Good morning.
good morning. Sir, I want to know plastic plaster.
Yeah.
Plastic plaster. Sir told na? Just now,
Yes.
sir told the plastic plaster. Would you kindly clarify, please?
Yes. No, I'm not hearing anything, sir.
So little loud. Little louder, please.
Sir, plastic plaster. Plastic plaster.
Plastic?
Plastic plaster. Plaster. I'm writing, sir.
Can you spell it?
Yes, I am.
Plastic, that is clear.
Yes,
What is
I
the
am writing.
second word?
Plaster.
Hello, plastic?
So, friend, what is the second word? Can you spell it?
Plaster. Plaster.
Yes, cluster.
Yes, sir.
Cluster. Plastic cluster?
Yes, sir. Just now, you told you
C,
told
not
in a
C. C-L-E-S-T-E-R.
tortoise coming. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. In a tortoise there is a plastic cluster there. So if there the plastic cluster is there, so how it is they means how tortoise is life. They will
How
be
it is?
die. How they will live, because plastic is in a stomach, so what will happen, he will be die, the tortoise will be die. So tortoise will be die.
Yeah.
So
See,
yes,
all the
so
cattle,
tortoise will be die.
even our cows and other animals also,
They are
they
also
are also
eating
eating
plastics.
plastics.
It depends upon the
It
quantity.
depends upon the quantity.
If they eat
If they
small
eat small plastic
material,
material, it
it
comes
comes
through
through
the
the
fecal
fecal
material.
material. But if
But
it
if
takes
it
a
takes a
large
large
amount
amount
of
of
plastic
plastics in
in
single time,
then there will be
then there
a
will be
problem.
a problem.
Okay, thank you, sir, I understood. Thank you, sir.
So, any other clarification, friends? Any other clarification?
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, how sir? Total egg.
Sir, please, sir, please.
டெவலப் ஆனீங்களா?
Sir, we are not able to hear you.
ஓகே சார், க்ளோஸ் பண்ணுங்க. முடிச்சுக்கலாம் சார். முடிச்சுக்கலாம் சார்.
So, friends, if there are no more clarifications, on behalf of the Envis RP, on behalf of the coordinator of Envis RP, on behalf of the Dean of Faculty of Marine Sciences, Professor Anandaraman, I thank profusely Dr. Ramamurthy for the wonderful talk, wonderful presentation on turtles. He has left out nothing. He made the presentation interesting. I was having so many doubts regarding the turtles. So from the presentation of Dr. Ramamurthy, I could know the answers for all those doubts. So again I thank on behalf of Envis, on behalf of coordinator, and on behalf of all the personnel in Envis, profusely Dr. Ramamurthy for taking so much effort, for coming out with the wonderful slides. Very, very interesting. So this day, World Turtle Day, which is being observed every year on 23rd May, it is being observed for raising awareness regarding the turtles and for helping the turtles to survive and thrive in their habitat. Dr. Ramamurthy mentioned that we cannot protect all the nesting sites, but through this day, if we are creating awareness that we have to protect this magnificent organism, then people will take care of all the other nesting sites. As a result, the turtle population throughout the world will be protected and they will thrive very nicely. So dear friends, they are fighting for survival. Once the babies are born on the beaches, you have to see for yourself by visiting the beaches how much struggle they face. They come out of the eggshell, then the lights, they disorient their movement. Instead of moving to the sea, if they are moving landwards, they cannot survive. Even if they are having the orientation, before reaching the waterfront, how many problems they are facing. Vultures, they are always hungry. They come down in large numbers. They try to pick up the babies and they eat. And these hapless babies, they rush towards the waters. And the dogs, they also join the race. They eat the eggs which are being incubated. And in this connection, the forest department has been doing a magnificent job. So let us join with all the forces. Let us join with Dr. Ramurthy in protecting the wonderful turtles. So again, I thank Dr. Ramurthy, all the distinguished participants for sparing time and for attending this webinar, and also the personnel in Envis for the efforts they have taken in organizing this wonderful webinar. So I thank one and all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
So our distinguished Dean, Professor Anandaraman, who could not be due to pressing demands in the university, is now going to talk few words from the university. Please, Professor Anandaraman. உட்காரலாங்க. வர்றாங்களா? அப்படியா? Sorry, due to some difficulties, he lost the line. Kindly bear with us the inconvenience. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.